I've been wanting to do a video sharing with y'all my movie collection because I do have a lot of movies, but I just haven't gotten around to doing it. So I don't know what that noise was. Okay, so let's just go ahead and start. So this is my Netflix account, Marriage Story. That is on my list. I'm going to actually be sharing y'all what is on my list because I have a lot of movies that I haven't seen that are on my list. So let's go ahead, and I see that there are so many new movies on Netflix, and I've added a lot. So let's see. Night Watch. Why does that movie sound familiar? Oh, let me go ahead and tell y'all what I have been watching though. Good Girls. I've been watching that show since it came out on CBS. I don't have CBS on my cable, but I downloaded the app and you could watch the episodes the next day. And so when season 2 came out, I had already forgotten a lot about season 1, so Netflix had added the show on there, and so I watched it, and by the time I was ready to watch the second season on the CBS app, the first few episodes were gone. So I had to wait until season 2 got on Netflix. So it just recently was uploaded to Netflix, and so I binge watched it, and it was so good, y'all. If you do not watch Good Girls, you should definitely watch it because it's so funny, and I really love the characters, and I think that there's so much that happens on this show, but for me personally, I don't feel like it's overwhelming, and there are some things that of course happen on the side for each individual character, but again, I don't feel like it's overwhelming. Like Riverdale, for example, I felt like Riverdale had way too many plots going on all at the same time, and that is why I don't watch that show anymore. But anyways, Good Girl is a really great show. And then I watched You, of course. I started watching You when it came out on Lifetime. My mom and I would watch it, and then before you know it, Netflix picked it up, which I think is a good thing because I feel like if it stayed on Lifetime, it probably wouldn't have gotten a second season. I think Netflix picking up the show did it, like it really helped because I don't know, I'd never heard anyone talking about it when it was on Netflix, and then on Lifetime, and then as soon as it was on Netflix, everyone was talking about it. But personally, I liked the first season a lot better. I felt like just the whole mood of the show just shifted a lot. I felt like, I'm not gonna give away any spoilers, but obviously, these two are obviously in a romantic relationship, but I felt like he didn't even have that good chemistry with her. I felt that his chemistry with Beck was a lot more believable than their chemistry, and I just felt like there was way too much that was going on in the show that was just, I don't know, it just felt too much. And I read a comment from someone because most of the feedback for the second season was very positive, and I felt kind of alone on the fact that I preferred the first season. But someone had commented saying that the first season felt like a Netflix show. The first season was a Lifetime show that felt like a Netflix show, and season 2 was a Netflix show but felt like a Lifetime show. And I thought that was so true. But yeah, anyways. Oh, Mad Men. I watched Mad Men a few years ago and I loved it. Oh my gosh, I've been wanting to rewatch it again, but there's so many so deep, and it was so within that time of the 60s, and obviously because it is set in the 60s, and obviously I was not around in the 60s, but from what you hear and learn in history, it just sounds like a show that was, I don't know, I guess very true to the decade that it was set in. So yeah, I really liked it. Obviously, oh, these are all the movies I've watched. Oh, Dirty John, I don't watch that, but my sister uses my account because I don't know what happened to hers. I probably shouldn't be saying that. I mean, yeah, I watched that one. Zodiac, I've seen that movie years ago, but I was watching it again and then I ended up falling asleep. This was a while back though, so I'm surprised it's still up here. But that's a pretty good show too. It's crazy that they never found out who the Zodiac was. That is so, I mean, the fact that he was so famous too and no one could figure out who he was, it's just crazy. And Friday the 13th remake, I had seen that. The Dallas Buyers Club, I watched this movie a few years ago, and I've been wanting to watch it again actually because I hardly remember it, to be honest. Room, I watched this one. It was so good and sad, and I remember I cried a lot during this movie. I think it's actually based off of a book too, because I think my best friend has the book, and I was like, oh my gosh, I watched the movie. This was a really good movie. If you're wanting to cry, go for it. I watched The Boy in the Striped Pajamas. That was a really good movie too, very sad. Twin Peaks, one of my favorite shows. I love David Lynch, and oh my gosh, Aubrey Horn is an iconic character, and she deserved so much better. The Waterboy, love that movie, classic Adam Sandler. Of course, I watched Stranger Things. I had watched Panic Room a while back because I'd seen it when I was younger, but obviously, you know, when you're older and you rewatch movies, you understand it a lot better. So I rewatched it. Riverdale, like I said, I had watched it up to maybe mid-season 2, and I had to stop because I could not keep up with the writing. Everything just felt so messed up and just way too much going on. And it's funny because I started seeing a lot of videos on YouTube making fun of Riverdale, and I thought it was funny because it was literally saying everything that I thought, and I would read the comments and a lot of people felt the exact same way, and so I thought, cool, I was not the only one. Hell or High Water, I watched that one with my parents and I really liked it as well. Backcountry, I didn't watch this one. Did I watch this one? Oh no. Well, I kind of skimmed through it. I had saw a scene of this movie Backcountry on YouTube, and it was horrible. Basically, the movie is about this couple that go, I guess, camping. Because I really didn't watch the movie. I just kind of went through it, and they ended up facing a bear, and ooh, it was really bad. It was really, the scene that I saw on YouTube was very unsettling. I've seen Gangs of New York, Abducted in Plain Sight. Oh my gosh, if y'all seen that documentary, horrible. The parents in this family were so irresponsible and just so selfish. It's really sad. If you don't like watching anything where kids are harmed or abused, then you definitely don't need to watch that documentary, but it's a really sad story, really sad. The Invitation, I've watched this movie twice and I really loved it. I love movies that are kind of cult-ish. Dark, I did watch the first season of this one, but because the second season came out like 2 years later, I'm definitely gonna have to rewatch the first season because it's one of those shows where you really have to pay attention because it deals with a lot of time travel. I should probably scoot up a little bit, I'm sorry. I watched You Get Me, Nacho Libre. I freaking love that movie. It's one of my over themselves. And so they try to figure out who did it. And oh my gosh, it's just so funny. I love this show. So I haven't heard anything about it season 3, but I really hope there's gonna be one. Okay, let me just go ahead and go on to my lists because I might have to make a part 2 because my computer's about to die. Well, let me see if I can find my charger. Hold on. Yeah, I'm probably gonna have to make a part 2 because my sister's been borrowing my charger, the box, and I think she's asleep already. And I obviously need that for my charger. Oh, you know what? I thought I could use my box for my phone, for my MacBook charger, but it's not gonna fit. Okay, let's just go on to the movies that are on my list to watch. So I recently just added End of Watch to my list. I heard it was a really good movie, so I look forward to watching that. Ferris Bueller's Day Off. I've already seen this movie, but I want to watch it again. My Girl. I've never seen My Girl, and I heard that it's so good and that people cry on this movie, so I'm a little worried considering their children. Marriage Story. I've heard so many good things about it, so I really am interested in this film. Inception. I've already seen Inception as well years ago when it came out, but I would like to watch it again because it is one of those movies where, you know, you can see it more than once. Like, you would have to see it more than once, or it's good to see it more than once so you can pick up on things that maybe you missed or whatever. American Beauty. I actually have this movie, but I've been wanting to watch it again. Chloe. I've never seen it. I've heard of it, but yeah, I just want to see it. I don't know what I was gonna say. What's Eating Gilbert Grape? I have seen this movie. I saw it when I was a junior in high school, and I really liked it, but that was years ago, like in 2011, so I would like to watch this movie again. Yes Man with Jim Carrey. I've never seen this movie, and I heard that it's one of Jim Carrey's best movies, so I really want to see it. Ozark. I've been wanting to watch that show, but I'm trying to watch shows that aren't Netflix originals because I'd rather watch the shows that aren't Netflix originals before they remove them, because the Netflix originals are always going to be there, so I'm holding off on this show. What Lies Beneath. That's one of my favorite movies. It used to scare me so much when I was a kid, but I've seen it recently on my TV, like on cable, and I just put it on my list again because I want to watch it again. I really like this movie. Kiss the Girls. I remember this movie when I was younger, but I have not seen it in years, and I remember it was also pretty creepy, but I've been wanting to see it again since it's on here. The Irishman. I definitely want to watch that one, but I have to watch it when I feel like I have a lot of time because I think it's almost 4 hours long. I have Bad Boys on here just because I know the third one just came out, so I would really like to watch the first 2 again because I haven't seen them since I was a kid, so it'd be cool to watch them now that I'm older, and then I can understand it more. American Psycho. I've seen this movie a few times, but I just added it on my list because I wanted to watch it again. World Trade Center. I've seen parts of this movie, but I want to watch the whole thing because I know the parts that I did see, I cried. Extremely Wicked, Shockingly Evil, and Vile. I really want to see this one as well. I remember it was a bit controversial when it was coming out, which I thought was really silly because people were saying that they were glamorizing Ted Bundy, and it's like, bro, watch that one because I did watch Breaking Bad, just haven't gotten around to it. The Crown, I also want to watch that show. The End of the Effing World. I heard that show's really good, so I'm gonna watch that. Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse. I wanted to see this movie in theaters, but I never got around to seeing it, so I'm so glad that Netflix added it. Stripes. I love Bill Murray, so I added that one, of course. 7 Pounds. I've seen this movie as well, but it was a while back, so I want to watch it again. The Autopsy of Jane Doe. I saw this movie when it came out because I love Spike Jonze. So yeah, I watched it and then I fell in love with Joaquin Phoenix. But I want to watch it again. Good Burger. Oh my gosh, I saw this movie when I was a kid and I don't really remember it because I was so little when it came out, but I added it to my list because I remember he'd say, "Welcome to Good Burger, home of the Good Burger. Can I take your order?" To all the boys I've loved before. I've never seen this movie and I've heard so many good things about it. Like I heard that this was one of Netflix's good teen movies because a lot of the other ones are pretty lame. But I heard this one was really good, so I want to watch that. Coraline, I've already watched it. I added it to my list and I already seen it again. But I had seen it years ago and then I saw it on Netflix, so I added it to my list and then I watched it with my niece. So, but it's still on there. The Haunting of Hill House. I have not seen this show. I don't even know if I'm gonna watch it, to be honest. Sin City, I've seen this movie, but I wanted to watch it again. Peaky Blinders. My coworker keeps telling me to watch this show, so I added it as well. Paid in Full. My brother likes this movie. He named my nephew Ace from the character in this movie, so I figured that I should watch it. Spy Kids. Love that movie, but I haven't seen it in years, so that's why it's on here. The Duchess, Murder Mystery, Indiana Jones. I only ever saw Temple of Doom, and I loved it because I loved the little Asian boys like, "Indy, your heart, Indy." But anyways, I wanted to watch the Indiana Jones series because I haven't seen this movie since I was a kid, and I never really saw the other ones. The Place Beyond the Pines. I love this movie so much, and so I added it on here because I want to watch it again. But the trailer to this movie is one of my favorite movie trailers ever. I love a thing for trailers, and this is one of my favorite trailers. He's out there, and I don't know, kind of looks like a cheesy movie, but maybe I'll watch it. Amy, the documentary. I love Amy Winehouse, so I want to watch the documentary. Oh, Dave Chappelle, Sticks and Stones. I have not gone around to seeing this, but I heard it was really good, a little controversial, but I love Dave Chappelle because he's so honest, and I only ever really saw his Rick James skit, and it was so